What's going on, guys? We've got a pretty cool amp to dyno today, as you've seen in the thumbnail. An old school kicker ZX550.2 2-channel. This is rated at 550 RMS bridged, or 205 by each channel at 4 ohms. Now, this thing's pretty big, so I hope it does rated. Sorry, I just been pretty busy with everything between the Team SP Loud car audio shows, the Mecha car audio shows, judging both of them. It's just been crazy, and I ordered a new power supply instead of this tiny 10 amp power supply that I've been using with the lithium. I have a new brand X 100 amp power supply, so we can do some bigger amplifiers, and so we make sure we can get those certified numbers. In a future video, you will see the difference between the power supply before and after, and why it makes a difference in your vehicle. So stay tuned, but let's get to the dyno. All right, we got the 2008 Kicker ZX550.2. We got it on one channel here. We're gonna run it at 4 ohms to see what we can get. Now, it is rated 205 watts at 4 ohms on one channel. So we're only driving one channel here, and we're gonna see if we can get that 205 watts. All right, now bear with me here. I'm going to literally turn up the gain, aka our volume knob.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
Right? Instead of the head unit, because I noticed the head unit, I cannot get accurate clicks. And I can't really get the actual certified power because the click is too heavy.
Oh, this is heavy.
So I am going to invest in a bass knob so I can get more accurate roll-ups. But until then, we're just literally going to turn the gain up, and we have the head unit. We know where that distorts at 25 volume. So we're going to set it about 23, and we're just going to turn it up. All right, here we go. $220 watts. At 3.7 ohms. Now that was a little bit below, but we were still able to get rated. So let's try to get the efficiency a little bit higher and see if we can bust that score at 205. Take that, 220 watts at 4.2 ohms. It was 202 and it clicked right up to 220, so it's doing rated certified. Now let's try the uncertified, see what it goes up to, about maybe 10% THD, no more than that. So let's see what we can get out of this amplifier at 4 ohms, only on one channel still. Watts, only at 5% distortion. Now it's a clipping a little bit, but nothing crazy. We're still rising over 4, so the coil's getting warmer as we're testing. We were able to get 311 watts out of this thing on one channel, which is pretty impressive. Now what we're going to do next is we're going to wire this bridged. We're going to do the same 4 ohm load, but then that's going to be testing 2 ohms per channel. When you bridge an amplifier, whatever you bridge at, each channel sees half the resistance. All right, bridged at 4. Let's see what we can get. The amplifier is rated at 550 watts at one channel, bridged at 4 ohms. And it says 275 by 2 which is literally the same thing as 550 by 1. So if we can get 550 watts here at 4 ohms under 1% THD, then it's a pass. Now this is an older amplifier where it's not as efficient. As you can see, this thing is pretty darn big. So it does get hot, and it does need the electrical to do the power. That's why this amplifier was waiting until I had enough electrical for the from the brand X power supply to run this test. Wow. 585 watts for the certified run under 1% THD, and we are still rising to 4.6. So this thing is doing the power above the resistance. Most amplifiers, when you rate it at 4 ohms, so it's doing that at an even higher resistance and over the rated number, which is very impressive. So the last test we're going to run is the uncertified up to clipping. We're going to try to keep it under 10% THD, but let's see how much power we can get out of this amp, bridged at 4 ohms, 2 ohms per channel, and it's rated 550 watts. Let's see what we can get. Wow, 766 watts at only 4.8% THD, and we are rising to 4.9 ohms. My little reactive load kicker L515 is only rated 750 RMS, so we're pretty much tapping this little guy out. But look at that, we're over 4 ohms and we're doing 766 watts. This is what you would see in the lane if you wire this thing down, you knew what you're doing. You can get a buku amount of power out of this thing when it's not rated for that. But that's awesome. I was really struggling to get power out of this amplifier when I had just this power supply. I put a post on Facebook. I'll probably do a video of it in the future here, showing the difference of what electrical actually does to your amplifier when you have enough or when you don't have enough. So this thing did rated, and I got the power I wanted to get out of it. Now she's just gonna sit on a shelf and look pretty. Thank you guys for watching. Hope you appreciated this video and this amp dyno of this amplifier.